Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today we're going to take a look at Chapter 18 of Doron Dororon. As usual, there will be a brief spoiler-free section at the beginning, then we will get into all of the spoilers. So this chapter, I don't think it's a really huge spoiler to say that this mangaka, in the chapters leading up to this, has really leaned into the anyone can die. He's deliberately set up cute human characters that he gets us attached to and then just brutally murders them on screen. Now, there are a lot of shonen fighting manga that allow people to die, but they die off screen. We don't see it happen. Those humans back in the previous chapters were literally stamped to death right in front of us. And these weren't just randos. There was one samurai officer that we'd at least gotten a little bit attached to. Then we have the main villains. It's no spoiler to say that the creator has killed off what we thought were probably going to be long-term or reoccurring Mononoke at this point. But there are certain rules to Shonen Jump manga. There are certain coding patterns that are generally not broken. And some of those coding patterns are seriously broken in this manga. This is, again, it is a Shonen Jump fighting manga. There are certain characters who we know won't die. That's going to be Dora, Kusanagi, probably Jinchayo, probably this super samurai who's the main focus of this chapter. We're pretty sure they're not going to die, at least not permanently, and Shonen Jump manga. But aside from those core main characters, this mangaka must have, one of the main reasons for primary character plot armor, both villain and hero, is that it is a long, mentally exhausting process to create new characters. I mean, sure, you could churn out some cheap new characters that nobody cares about, but to create a character that people care about, to give them depth, to make them three-dimensional, to make them more than just a shadow dancing on the wall, you have to put in time and effort, and time is money, as the tempo es dinero, as the Italians say. And so this is the primary reason. It's not ethics or cultural morality or the comics code or anything. This is the primary reason that creators don't kill off main characters. When you put that much effort into character design and character development, you don't want to waste it. And with the creator whacking off important secondary characters left and right, we get the feeling that the creator at least has confidence in his ability to create more engaging characters, more characters that we will begin to care about, more characters that we will begin to think about. And that's quite the show of confidence. Other than that, this is a fairly standard combat chapter, and we get to see how well and how poorly the Mononoke interact with each other, even though these Mononoke have a relatively high level of intelligence and they all do seem willing to cooperate each other. There's definitely a sense of chaos, a disconnect. There's no clear chain of command. These are distinctly a bunch of individuals who have come together with a common goal, a common purpose, but they have differing motives, differing goals, and they don't hesitate to just, I wouldn't even call it betrayal, because it's not like they expect each other to all cooperate in lockstep. They just all do their own things and don't really give a rip if another one steps out of line. It might be irritating to them, but it's not a betrayal. This is definitely a collection of individuals, and that is already showing as a severe weakness for them. So that's the spoiler-free review. Let's all get into the spoilers. All right, what's his name? Super Samurai, the main guy. He's headed off on his own to try and rescue the hostages. It's revealed that there are no hostages. I don't think this is poor writing. The way the Mononoke reacts to his showing up and finding all the hostages dead is very childish. And in another series, I might call that poor writing. But these Mononoke are very childish. They are not emotionally developed. They might have the intelligence of an adult human, the intellect, but they don't have the emotional maturity of an adult human. They have the emotional maturity of toddlers, which is terrifying. Anyone who's had kids, be it their own children, nephews or nieces, or worked in a daycare, toddlers are terrifying little monsters. They're little sociopaths, really, especially in that age where they don't really understand empathy yet. I mean, the whole point of socializing children is to teach them empathy. They will do pretty terrible things if you let them, and the only thing that prevents them is their complete lack of hand-eye coordination and their weak, tiny little limbs. These Mononoke are not cunning battle masters, not like the way we've seen Mononoke in other media be. These are hyper-powered toddlers, ranting and raving and crying when they don't get what they want and giggling when they do get what they want. And I think that's kind of their main selling point, what sets them apart from other yokai or demons that we've seen in other manga. And then we get to that anybody dies thing. There is a pattern in Shonen Jump manga. When you have a cute, feminine-coded villain, she's probably going to last till the end of the series, or she won't die till much, much later in the series. But this chapter, just in a reasonable, well-paced Shonen Jump battle, this chapter kills off the cute little girl-coded villain. Now and this is an excellent example of how the author is blending in traditional Japanese mythology. If you haven't heard it, there is a story about a spider demoness who lives in a lake and is able to disguise herself as a beautiful woman. And whether she actively seduces men or whether the guys were just inadvertently completely charmed by her, the story's not entirely clear on. At least the versions I've had have played it both ways or haven't been specific on that. Like either it was unclear whether the spider was actually interested in catching this human as a prey. But in the manga, it's pretty clear. We have a very childlike mind in this spider creature, and she clearly wants humans to eat. But anyway, I just found it very interesting that this mangaka is 100% willing to kill his darlings, even if they're coded with the patterns that traditionally in manga indicate that they're going to survive to the end. Now, of course, this is a Shonen Jump manga. We don't know that she is entirely dead, especially given the specific capabilities that we've seen her comrades hold. But again, you definitely get that this is a group of individuals, not a cohesive group of nakama. So, what did you think of this chapter? Were you surprised that they killed off Spider Lady? What do you think they're going to do with this super samurai guy? What is his name even? Leave your comments below the video telling me what you think. I really love to hear your theories, your thoughts. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, check to make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube does unsubscribe you. And peace out, my wonderful viewers. Humans are weird. We took a vote, and humans are weird. I have the data. 2 books in a series of human absurdity. Go check out these short story collections. What will our little green friends think of us when we finally do make it to space? Find out the answer in 2 books of human absurdity. Humans are weird, we took a vote, and Humans are weird, I have the data. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and Google Play.